Hello everyone, thank you for taking the time to be here for my paper proposal defense. Today, I'm going to present my research on the influence of digital media teaching reform on the creative ability and aesthetic literacy of college art students, an empirical study based on application private colleges in Northwest China. Let me start by this content to explain what and why and how I choose and finish this topic. Number one is research background and significance. We all know that in China's higher education system, many universities focus more on research, but the other private colleges have a different role. They are about training students to be ready for real-world jobs, especially in fields like art. The problem in Northwest China, compared to the developed East, these private colleges in the Northwest just don't have the same resources. They are behind in things like tech equipment, teachers' digital skills, and updating their courses. This creates a big conflict. They need to catch up with technology, but they also don't want to lose their cultural heritage. That's the real-world context I'm focused on. Their teaching usually centers on skill and industrial links, which makes sense, but there's the thing. Digital media technology is changing so fast, and these colleagues are now at a crucial point where they need to shift from traditional teaching to digital methods. These problems aren't small. They directly affect whether these colleagues can truly train students to innovate and apply what they learn. That's why I think this research is necessary. We need to figure out how things work now and find better ways to forward. So, on the theoretical slide, most studies are digital art education focused on top research universities or schools in the East China. I want to fill that gap by building a model that fits application or entered private colleagues. One that shows how using the digital tools connects to students' abilities. Practically, I hope this research can give these Northwest colleagues correct plans. They don't have unlimited resources, so the solution needs to be changed. The goal is to help them balance using technology well and teaching culture well. The problems that let me hear. This is my research origin and core questions. Let me break down the key conflicts noticed. First, being good at using software doesn't mean being creative, but these colleagues aim to innovate students, so this is a mismatch. Secondly, students might have the digital skills, but their work lacks cultural types. But the colleagues want graduates who can translate culture into practice, another gap. Thirdly, teachers have lots of industrial experience, but they not enough digital skills. This holds back how well teaching connects with the industry. These are the real pain points that made me want to dig deeper this topic. So the key question I want to answer to save these problems. Number one, how exactly does digital media teaching affect students' creativity? Number two, how does it influence their aesthetic literacy? Number three, what factors make a difference? These three questions I want to answer. So, and then what's new about this research? I think this research can bring something new. This research is good systematic study conducted across 5 Northwest provinces in China, providing a comprehensive understanding of the digital media teaching reform in landscape in this region. And then the study will employ a mixed methods approach, combining 1,600 surveys with in-depth interviews. This robust methodology ensures a detailed and not understanding of the impact of digital media teaching reform. Thirdly, how I plan to do the research. I'm planning to use a mix of quantitative and qualitative methods. First, I will send out questionnaires to get a lot of data. This will help me see patterns. I will use SPSS to analyze the correlations and build models. Then, to go deeper insights, I will interview some teachers and students from typical colleagues. That way, the numbers can tell me what's happening, and the interviews can explain why it's happening. Who and where I will study? I will focus on northwest China like Shanxi, Gansu, Ningxia, Qinghai, Xinjiang. These places have different levels of digital resources, which will help me see how resource differences matter. I will pick 5 to 8 application opportunity private colleagues covering different levels for the questionnaires. I plan to send out 2,000, aiming for 1,600 viewed ones. I will make sure to include the students from different majors like fine artists, design and visual communication, and different grades too. I will set up a comparison, one group from classes and use traditional teacher and other from classes that use digital methods. This should help me see exactly how digital teaching affects results by keeping other factors similar. And importantly, how I measure the things. I will use a 5-point Likert scale questionnaire with 4 parts. Number 1, digital media use. How good are students at using software? How much are they spend on it? And number 2 is creative ability. Number 3 is aesthetic literacy. And number 4 is other factors. To make sure this Likert scale, to make sure the data is reliable, I will test the questionnaire first. Go get experts to review it, and I will check cost schedules to verify details. And then how I will analyze the data. First, I will do basic setters to know what the sample looks like and how digital teaching are currently used. Then, the key part. Number 1, I will check how closely digital media use is linked to creativity and aesthetic literacy. Number 2, I will build a model to show how using digital tools leads to better abilities. Number 3, I will compare results across different colleagues and majors to see if there are differences. And number 4, and I will test if things like equipment quality or teacher skills change, how digital teaching works. My expected result is I am aiming for 3 main outcomes. Number 1, a theoretical model that show how technology, ability, and literacy connect in these colleagues. Number 2 is a practical guide, like what equipment should buy first, what training do teachers need, or tailor their limited resources. Number 3 is an evolution tool that includes culture transformation ability, because right now art education quality is often judged only by technical skills, not culture transform ability. What makes this research different? 3 things, I think. Number 1 is the last time anyone's really looked northwest application private schools in the context. Number 2, it adds local culture digital transformation. It's a key part of marine aesthetic literacy, I think. Number 3 is by mixing numbers and interviews, I can both show trends of expense, why they happen, and making some solid. It's my timeline. Let me quickly walk you through it. And where I will finish review literature, design the questionnaire, and test it with a small group. Because I do it before, so I have some experience in it. In that. Number 2 is I will go to the colleagues, hand out questionnaires, and to the interviews. Because I'm a teacher in private colleges, so I can do it more easily. So number 3 is I analyze the data with SPSS and start pulling out key results. I can use this software. Number 4 is I will code the interview data and adjust my model if I need it. Number 5 at the end of is I will write the first draft and keep revising until it's done in September. Yeah, my conclusion, the research resolves the technical culture dilemma in Northwest private school by integrating digital media with local cultural elements, ensuring the technical advancement does not overshadow cultural heritage. It is establish the first digital aesthetic education model for applied institution, providing a frequent for other colleagues to follow in this way, effective digital media to teaching reform. The study delivers actionable results, optimization situations such as cost. Yeah, you know what I mean. I have drawn on studies from both Chinese scholars and international research like Li Hua and Wang Qiang's work on art education transformation guidelines from the Ministry of Education and Alice research on digital tools in art education. This helped me shape my approach. To sum up, this research is all about solving real problems for these Northwest colleagues. I want to give them useful, practical ideas to help their art students thrive in the digital age while keeping their cultural roots. I'm happy to take any questions now. Thank you very much.